Upgrade packs are here in FIFA 23 Ultimate Team, which is a bit crazy because we're only a couple weeks into the game. I would not have expected EA to drop these upgrade packs this early in the game, but those aren't the only upgrades we're going to be talking about in today's video. It's going to be all about upgrades, not just these SBC packs, not just this Team of the Week pack, but also Road to the Knockouts and Ones to Watch upgrades as well, because we have new news on the Road to the Knockout upgrades, when they're going to be coming, what dates we should look out for, and which cards you should be looking at to get those first upgrades on the game. Anyways, guys, I've opened a couple of packs already today, and I don't want to fake it and act like any of these are live reactions. Right here is my Team of the Week pack, of course, and we didn't get anything too crazy. No Erling Haaland pack pull for us, but our untradeable pack luck has been decent. In fact, I was going to record this for the YouTube video, but I wasn't going to use any of the sound. It was out of the new 35k pack SBC that we got today, untradeable. Well, I'll just let it play. Van Dijk? Oh! No way! Yo! Oh my god! I wasn't actually going to record my reaction. I was just going to have it as background for the YouTube video, but it ended up being Virgil van Dijk. So I had to turn on the camera. Wow, and Hugo Lloris! Both of these guys are going to start on my team. Yes, guys, we actually packed Virgil van Dijk and Hugo Lloris in the same 35k pack today. It was from this SBC right here, called the Net Splitter. So it's decently easy to complete. You need a 79 rated team. It's not too difficult to do. You do need some chemistry, but for a 35k pack, definitely worth it. And I think that my pack there pretty much proves that at least give it a go. You might get some pack luck like I did. And it's awesome because those guys go right into my team. But those aren't the only SBCs that we got today. We've also got 80 plus upgrades, and it's not very difficult to do these upgrades. You need 5 non-rare golds and then 1 rare gold. And just from my club, I'm throwing all these guys in, and I'll keep that Brazilian just in case, despite the fact that these are all untradeable. Now, there's a couple of big W's that we can see immediately. You don't need chemistry on any of these squad building challenges that are upgrades. I've noticed this already. We've seen a couple of SBCs that don't require chemistry so far, but this basically confirms it. Upgrade SBCs just aren't going to have chemistry this year, or at least I hope they'll continue to go down this path. It makes it a lot quicker to do these repeatable back to back to back without having to move players around and then go buy one random center back just to make everything fit. You don't got to worry about that this year, which I think is definitely an improvement. That was one of the most annoying things to have to do in the previous years. The 80 plus upgrade, however, is repeatable non-stop, and it's not a terrible SBC to do this early in the year. In terms of value, you could end up getting something pretty decent out of this, and you can do it non-stop, which means a lot of people are going to go out and do this SBC until they have nothing left in terms of gold cards in their club, which is great for low budget trading. And the reason for that is because so many people are going out and doing this SBC and clearing their club stock of all of their gold cards that are used in SBCs. And then once we see marquee matchups drop, and once we see different SBCs like daily SBCs drop, we're going to start seeing these low budget cards on the market. These really low rated, even common gold cards are going to spike a lot sharper. And it's going to be a good opportunity to pick up these cards because there's going to be so many more people that can't just do this SBC or a new SBC just from players in their club. They're going to have to go onto the transfer market. They're going to have to go buy a couple of cards to finish the SBC. So these next few SBCs that we see in the game, I would expect to actually see a little bit more of a spike on these cards at content release. So it wouldn't be a terribly bad idea to go out and find these players that are in certain countries, certain positions, certain leagues that have already spiked a little bit from previous daily SBCs or marquee matchups and go out and grab a few, because I could expect that will be a bigger spike this week going forward than it has been in the last couple of days, because I feel like there hasn't been too much movement for these low budget guys. In fact, most things are just going down to discard price because nobody has to go onto the market to get these cards. They already have them in their club. In fact, I've done every single SBC, from marquee matchups to the daily SBCs to everything, even the Team of the Week upgrade. I didn't have to spend a single coin because I already had that club stocked, and I know a lot of other people do as well. So now we're going to start seeing that. People have used their 83s and 84s on this Team of the Week SBC. People have used all their non-rare golds and low-rated gold rares on the 80+ upgrade, and now they're going to have more demand coming off the market, which is going to push them right back up. So keep an eye out for that. But as I said, those aren't the only upgrades we're talking about today. We're also talking about Road to the Knockout cards upgrades and when we should be expecting them. Now, if you go over to EA's website, you can find all of this that I'm about to show you, but the real section you want to look at is the About and FAQs, because it tells us when are items going to be upgraded in the game. And to be honest, it's kind of buzzkill. It's going to have us waiting a little bit longer than maybe what we'd want. Now, obviously, with these upgrades for the Road to the Knockouts, we have to wait until they get 2 wins or until they are guaranteed to clinch getting out of the group and going into the knockout stage. Now, getting out of the group, a couple of these teams could actually clinch that today or tomorrow, because that's when they play their 4th match in the group, and some teams are already 6 points ahead. They get that extra 3 points. They're going to be clinched. So we're already seeing some of those, but unfortunately, if we take a look at the FAQ, don't get too excited, because for qualification upgrades, we're waiting until at least Friday, November 4th. At least Friday, November 4th, which is the better part of 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks from now. That's kind of buzzkill, especially given the fact that there's a couple of teams that could qualify this week as it is. So we're not going to see any of those upgrades until at least November 4th, which sucks. So don't expect these RTTKs to get that upgrade anytime soon. Now, when it comes to wins upgrades, they're going to start those on Friday, October 21st. But if you take a look at the times of these games for all of the UCL games, well, they're only going to have played 1 match by then. The next match for most of these guys is October 25th, is when they could potentially get their 2nd win. So for a lot of guys, you're not going to be getting that until early November, at least very late October as well. And that's if they win their first 2 games out of the 3. A lot of these guys probably are not, either not going to win 2 of 3 matches, or it'll come down to the last match day, which isn't until early November. The only card that is an exception to that is actually Martin Odegaard, because he will have played his match on October 21st. So he's the only one who could potentially get an upgrade on that first day. So keep an eye on Odegaard. But a lot of these guys, I mean, we're not going to be expecting any upgrades for several weeks, which is kind of why I haven't been touching a lot of these Road to the Knockout cards. We can take a look at their graphs over on Footbin Tracker, and we can see that a lot of these Road to the Knockout guys, they've been moving up and down, but it hasn't been a significant way either side. You can look in the last 72 hours on Kanate. He was 202,000 coins 72 hours ago. He's 209,000 coins currently, and yeah, he's kind of sitting within that same 5,000 coin range or radius the entire time. Let's take a look at Foden and see if he's maybe a little bit more drastic. Yeah, he might have a little bit higher peaks and valleys, but overall, he's still about the same price as he was 72 hours ago. Rafinha, he's kind of seen a rise tonight, but I expect it to probably go back down here in the next couple of hours and even out to what he started with, which is on average 344,000 coins, as you can see right there. If you guys are wondering where to find these graphs, you can go to Footbin Tracker and create this for yourself. All these players that I have on this list are players that I've elected to put on here, but you can literally put anybody you want on this list. Akin Fenwa, I guess, is not in the game this year, but I was going to add him. We'll add Akin Fola instead. You can literally add anybody you want. Maybe not. Maybe not. maybe you can't add anybody you want. Of course, it doesn't work when I want to show you guys how it works, but you can add anybody you want to this list. You can see all the players that I've got here, and then all you got to do is click on their name, and it'll show you their graph for the last 72 hours. You can change it to daily and see how he's moved over the course of the last couple weeks. You can look at the sales live by every single minute and see by the minute our cards rising and dropping. And then you can look at sales daily as well, which is kind of similar to that original daily graph. But normally I just look at it per hour. Sometimes it's good to look at the sales live, especially at content time throughout that hour after they release 6 p.m. content. But that's how to use Footbin Tracker, and I think it's been a really good tool for me making coins this year, because when it comes to these informs, I can look at a Timo Werner and I can see how many peaks and valleys he has, and I can say, okay, once he gets, down to, let's say, 20,000 coins, maybe I should buy a ton of them because he was just at 23,000. And so next time he gets back up to 23,000 coins, I can start listing for lazy buyers, and we end up looking like this on our transfer list. And that really leads me well into our next topic of the video, which is these Team of the Week cards that I've been using as great flips and fluctuation trading, because we're looking at Timo Werner there that we have flipped a ton of times, and then this Milinkovic-Savic, same concept. I have got dozens of each of these cards on my transfer list, and as you can see by their price, I picked them up at the dip at about 20,000 coins there. As I scroll across, we got them for pretty good deals, and I'm listing them up not for a ton of profit per card, but when you add up every single card, making 3,000 to 4,000 coins per card, and then we've got ourselves how many left on the transfer list, counting the ones we've already sold, it's probably upwards of 150, 200,000 coin profit when you add it all together. Same thing for the Milinkovic-Savic. I'll show you guys the price I got him for as well. It's normally about 24,000, 24, 23, 750. So generally 24K for most of those cards. I did pick up a couple of snipes right there, got one with a shadow card for 19.5K. And right now I'm listing for more than what they actually go for. Now, I do run the risk of holding these cards until content on Tuesday, the day that this video is uploaded. And they could drop a UCL marquee matchups today at content release, and that would add supply for these informs to the market. But ultimately, I think these are going to be pretty safe investments out of packs. In fact, we're already looking at a Sergej Milinkovic-Savic who's going for 27,000 coins, and after tax, which is about maybe 1,400 coins, we're making at least 1.5K per card, and that's on the cards that I spent 24,000 coins on, not the ones that I got for even better deals than 24K. So it's looking very, very good on the fluctuation trading, and it's something that I think you guys need to get on if you haven't yet. It's something I've stressed in the last couple of videos quite often, so definitely get in on that. Now, before we head into the next part of today's video, I just wanted to shout out my Twitter and my Twitch channel, but mostly my Twitter, because my Twitter, it got shadow banned. I don't know why it got shadow banned, but essentially every single time I tweeted, it would just pop up to everybody, this is blocked due to sensitive content, and most people couldn't see my tweets. And it made it very hard to grow on Twitter because the only people that could see my tweets were already people that were following. It wouldn't get shared across the website. And that had been happening for the last few months, and I've seen my YouTube grow, I've seen my Twitch grow, my TikTok gaining followers, and then Twitter, not so much. And so I decided I'm just going to make a new account. So I've got a brand new Twitter account. It's linked down below if you want to go follow it for our FIFA 23 content. It would mean a lot to me. Help me get off the ground again on Twitter. We've been building that Twitter account that, got shadow banned for almost a decade now. This is actually my 10th FIFA making FIFA trading content, FUT trading content, which is crazy to see all that go down the drain for Twitter at least. But we can rebuild, and that's what we're going to do. So I thought I'd shout that out. Just check the description down below. The next aspect of FIFA 23 upgrades that we're going to discuss in today's video is ones to watch upgrades, because as opposed to the road to the knockout cards, these ones to watch upgrades could be coming this weekend for a few cards. and these are the ones to look out for. Lewandowski at Barcelona. He's already got 2 wins. They play in El Clasico this weekend against Real Madrid. A huge match, obviously, for La Liga. A huge match for ones to watch cards. This Lewandowski is going to be very volatile during this time. If you do pick up this card, make sure that you are on the market, on FUTBIN, checking his price, keeping up with the scores of the game. Be very careful, because this is a very watched match. It's one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports, which means that everybody's watching this match. That also means these are going to be the most active ones to watch cards that we'll see pretty much all year. Lewandowski will be up and down based on every single goal that is scored, every single chance that he gets. You're going to see the card go up 20k, go down 40k, go up 60k. It's going to be a little bit insane for this Lewandowski card. So I'm just warning you about that. And right now it looks like he's got a 40% chance odds of losing, 26% chance odds of drawing, 33% chance odds of winning, according to FUTBIN's odds. I don't know how accurate those are. Anyways, moving on, Mane, they ended up drawing against Borussia Dortmund, so he won't get an upgrade this weekend, but Erling Haaland, who's already got an inform upgrade to 89, plays against Liverpool this weekend. Now, Liverpool haven't been in the best form. Manchester City are playing away at Anfield. We'll see how that plays out. They are favored to win at 50.5%. And if they do, he'll get up to 90 rated already, which is crazy because that card is insane as it is as a gold card. Now it's going to be 90 rated on OTW, and it'll be 117 rated by the end of the year at this rate. Rudiger got his first win for Real Madrid. Same thing with the El Clasico game, except for the fact that Rudiger, if Real Madrid do end up winning, you've got to wait another couple of days because they play a midweek match against Elche, which they probably will win. But you won't see the upgrade immediately after the FC Barcelona game. Next up, we got Dybala, who play against Sampdoria. I'm expecting Roma to probably win this match, but they don't play until the 17th, so a little bit later in the weekend for that game, as opposed to the Saturday games, which are on the 16th. So Dybala could get that upgrade, and then Chelsea play against Aston Villa away. So Sterling, the SBC card, might get his upgrade as well. And if we take a look at when it expires on the 13th. So if you want to get this Raheem Sterling SBC, it's 150,000 coins if you bought it from scratch. I'm sure you have a couple of cards for SBC fodder in your club already to make it a little bit cheaper. He's going to be 87 rated. The card looks pretty decent as it is right now. With another upgrade, I think this could be a very, very usable card for some time. And Raheem Sterling has been one of the, more often goal scorers for Chelsea. So he could end up getting himself an inform upgrade with a little bit more time as well. But he's very likely to get that upgrade this weekend when they play against Aston Villa. De Ligt, obviously same boat as Mane. They drew against Borussia Dortmund. Shout out Anthony Modeste for a 95th minute winner. Shout out Nico Schlotterbeck for the chance creation there. Absolutely electric finish to Der Klassiker this weekend. Di Maria ended up losing to AC Milan, but that opens up an opportunity for another ones to watch card from AC Milan that we'll get to in a second. Same boat as Lewandowski. We've got Frank Yannick Kessie. This card is disgusting. I've played against it. It's so good already. His 84 is so good already. Unfortunately, it is expired. So if you don't have him yet, he is going to get that upgrade to 86. It's going to be a really good card. It might be one of those cards I regret not doing because I didn't do it. It's going to be a pretty great card. So if they win Der Klassiker this weekend, he'll get that upgrade, but nothing to worry about on the market for that. Gabriel Jesus is a fun one because Gabriel Jesus is a card that I've been trading with already, and he ended up going up and down quite quickly. If we take a look at the hourly graph from, was it Sunday when he played? It unfortunately wasn't. I wonder if I can go back in time a little bit further with a custom graph here. Maybe I'm able to go back a couple more days to see his price change over the course of the Saturday match. Is this right? I think it might be right here, actually. This is when they played Sunday. That looks like it. So when Saka scored his penalty against Liverpool and they went up, he actually went up to 270,000 coins. After they won that match, he went down to 235. That's a big difference in price. Now, he has recovered slowly over the course of the next couple of days, and now we're entering Tuesday. He's at 270,000 coins again. But it just shows you guys that even when these guys win their second game, people are not patient enough to wait the next week and make that profit. They're just selling right after the match, trying to sell into the hype, but generally that's already too late, it seems. So if you do pick up any of these ones to watch cards that are on one win and then they're about to get their second win, maybe like Renato Sanchez, like for PSG, expect their card to be at the highest price before or during the match. And then even if they do end up winning the match, unless they perform well as an individual and might get an inform, those cards are going to go back down after the game. People just don't have the patience to hold on to it until their next league victory. Now, that might be a little bit different with the Rudiger card, just because they only have to wait 3 more days for their next league match, so that might be a little bit easier for people to hold on to. But for most cards, when they have to wait a full week for the next match, you're probably not going to see, like, if Bayern beat Freiburg, I just do not expect De Ligt to hold that price after the match is over. You're going to see a similar trend to what we saw with Gabriel Jesus. But it opens up a very good opportunity to buy beforehand, sell during, and then buy back afterwards, if that is the case. Next up, we've got Antony, who did get their first win against Everton. He also did score a goal, so we saw a little bit of a spike in price when he scored, but it's come back down. He's not going to get an inform, so they play Newcastle this week to try to get their second win. And I think that if they do get their second win, there might be an opportunity to get that card right after, but you only have to hold for 3 days until they play Tottenham in the midweek. But it is kind of a tough run of games for Manchester United, because if they beat Newcastle, they do have to play Tottenham, who are in good form. They have to play Chelsea, obviously a good team, and then West Ham is also in decent form now as well. They're getting the ball rolling, so you know, we could maybe have to see Manchester United wait a couple of weeks before he gets this upgrade, but nothing in comparison to Darwin Núñez, who has lost both games. Very devastating for Liverpool fans. They drew here, and then they lost here, and then they play Manchester City, West Ham, who's in form. They should get a win against Nottingham Forest and hopefully Leeds as well, but then they got to play Tottenham as well, so they might be leaving it late. They might be leaving it to Southampton to get their third win, unless they can start finding form, as opposed to what we've seen so far, them sitting in 10th in the table. Schlotterbeck, unfortunately, a devastating loss against Cologne. I don't know how we did that. And then a great draw against Bayern Munich, but that doesn't count for the OTW. So you're going to have to be waiting a little bit longer on him. Choumeni got their first win, same boat as Rudiger for him. Richarlison is on 1 win. Tolisso, nobody cares about. Bergwijn, he might still be too cheap. He does score a lot for Ajax, and especially when he does score, he seems to score a lot. He seems to score, like, a brace and get an assist in the same match, or he gets 0 goals, 0 assists. So it's either he goes off or he's very quiet. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but that's what I've noticed from him in the last couple of months. So that's maybe what to expect with Bergwijn, but they got a match this weekend and then next weekend to possibly get his upgrade, and he's still only 11,000 coins. So maybe a card to throw into your club and forget about until he gets an upgrade and then make that profit. Renato Sanchez is one of the more volatile cards that we've seen so far. I think Lewandowski will become more volatile this weekend with El Clasico, but Renato Sanchez has been up and down and up and down. When he rises quick. So it's a card that I've really liked to trade with. I've moved him once for about a 25k profit, but overall I need to get in on him more. A lot of people like this card. It gets a +3 on his first upgrade and then a +2 on his second. So with 2 upgrades, he goes to 85 rated and becomes one of the best center mids in the game if he isn't already. And then Serginho Dest plays against Hellas Verona, and with AC Milan's form, they should probably end up winning that match, and he'll go to 81 rated automatically with that. So Serginho Dest kind of becomes a usable card, and it's a pretty easy objective to do, but you don't have a lot of time if you do want to get this Serginho Dest. The objective expires very soon. It doesn't tell me right here, but it expires in just a few hours if you guys are watching this video on Tuesday. And if you're watching on Wednesday, I appreciate you guys. You're too late on Serginho Dest if you don't have him already. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and relist all these Milinkovic-Savic and Werner cards for lazy buyers. They swoop in, they pick up these cards for more than what they go for a lot. As you can see by the front of that transfer list right there, I sold a Milinkovic-Savic for 28.5, which is like 2,000 coins more than what he goes for, a little bit more than what he goes for there. And then the Timo Werners, who haven't really risen above 23K, I've been selling for 24. Even got one to sell for 25 right there. So lazy buyers come through. It's an easy way to make some extra profit, especially if you're not in any rush to sell these coins or these cards. I have $500,000 at the ready for any other investment that I might want to make. If I want to make an investment that's worth, you know, 1,000,000 coins, then I will sell for what their going price is. But for now, I can take those extra profits and be patient with them and make those extra coins. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's upgrades themed video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like on the video. Let's shoot for 300 likes on today's video. That would be absolutely amazing. And if you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and comment down below the name of the player that you packed in the Team of the Week SBC. So I would comment Christian Eriksen. You can just say the name. I'll understand what you mean by it, and I'll make sure to heart every single comment that says your answer for what inform you packed. And if you didn't open that pack yet, or you're not going to open it, you don't plan on opening it, comment Akinfenwa. Sure, why not? That's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.